After studying the conventional energy resources, dear students, now let us study the non-conventional energy resources, which are also called the renewable energy resources. Okay. Now, when we talk about them, please understand that they include solar energy, energy from wind, nuclear energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, and except this nuclear energy, all these resources to our students, they are inexhaustible. Second thing, except for that nuclear energy to some extent, all of them are eco-friendly. That means by using solar energy or wind energy or tidal energy, there is no pollution at all. Okay. Then, do we have to pay, dear students, in order to get the solar energy? Okay, except for the equipment, we don't have to pay. Yes or no? For getting wind energy, we don't have to pay to get the wind energy. Of course, we have to make the equipments, but otherwise they are free of cost. A very important one. Then wherever possible, dear students, we can use them as alternate source of energy. So they are the best alternate sources of energy. And another important thing, dear students, that as I said, except for making equipment, we don't have to pay any money for them. Therefore, we can produce energy using them at cheap rate. So these are very important advantages of these renewable or non-conventional energy resources. Now the first one that we have in syllabus, dear student, is solar energy. Now you people are aware that major part of India lies in tropical zone below the Tropic of Cancer. It means because it is present in a tropical zone, India will be having abundant solar energy. We can use this energy, dear students, to heat water in solar water heater, solar cooker, solar sails, solar cars, and other places. Now, wherever it is very difficult to supply thermal electricity or hydroelectricity in such a inaccessible areas which are far away from cities, which are far away from settlements, where it is very costly to supply electricity, and such a places, dear students, which include forest, hills, valleys, desert areas, there solar energy plays very important role, which can be utilized to make electricity. Now look at this tent, dear student. Okay, it's a solar tent. Okay, it is present in Ladakh, which is in Himalayan mountain ranges, very far away. And at such a place, dear student, to supply electricity becomes very difficult. So at such a places, we can produce electricity using solar energy. Also, as I said, in forest areas, in desert areas also, we can produce this electricity using solar energy. Major states in our country which are producing this electricity are Karnataka, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. But besides them, in Uttar Pradesh as well as in Bihar, Kerala, Haryana, also we produce large amount of solar energy. Of course, Karnataka ranks number one in overall production of electricity using solar energy. Now, what are the advantages? Means why should we use solar energy? Okay, first important thing, this energy will never get over. So it is inexhaustible and we can keep on producing. So it is renewable. So it is renewable and it is inexhaustible. Because it does not cause any pollution, it is eco-friendly. And also important, students, dear students, that wherever possible we can use solar energy. For example, for cooking food, we are using natural gas or wood. So instead of using natural gas and wood, we can use solar cooker. So what solar cooker will do? Yes, it will reduce the pressure on natural gas. It will reduce pressure on electricity produced by other ways. And in this way, it is very, very important, dear student, which is providing a lot of advantages to save those fuels. Okay. Now, look at this, please. Okay. Extremely large solar power plant. Okay. Where it is? It is in India, in Rajasthan, at a place called Bhadla. You will be happy to know it is the largest solar power plant not only in India but in the entire world. Okay, Bhadla solar power plant is the largest in the. Then after solar energy, next one is hydroelectricity. Okay, hydroelectricity. Some time back we have studied that steam can be used to make the turbine move, and then when turbines move, electricity is produced. Turbine move means inside turbine there are some equipments, okay, which are producing electricity. Now for example, look here, this is a dam. When we release water from dam, see the pipe through which water will flow, and this system here is turbine. Okay, now you will be studying about its working in physics. Okay, right now we will remember that turbines are having these blades, and when these blades, dear students, move, okay, that generate electricity. Okay, so this electricity, as I said, is inexhaustible, just like what? Solar energy, because water will definitely never get over. That means rainfall will keep on occurring. We can keep on making dams. We can keep on using this water to generate electricity. Therefore, just like solar energy, it is also inexhaustible, and you can keep on producing this electricity. So it is renewable. Now students, when this water will flow from a dam, and when it will make the turbine move, the water will flow away into a river. Now how much pollution will it cause? You are right, it will not cause any pollution, because it is simply moving the turbine. That means simply moving the fans of a turbine and flowing away. So this water can be used again for irrigation purpose. So very interesting work that is done by a hydroelectric power station. And dear students, as compared to thermal power plant, where heat is produced by burning fossil fuels, which is then ultimately used to generate electricity, so compared to the thermal power plants, the cost of hydroelectricity production is low. So these are some of the benefits of this hydroelectricity. As I said, this turbine, dear student, okay, please understand, when water will flow from a dam, it will simply make the fan move over here, and water will flow away, which can be again collected in another dam which is constructed later on, and that water can be reused. That means there is no wastage of water, there is no pollution also, and these are the very important benefits that we get because of what? This hydroelectric power plants. Now, but there are few important things to be remembered, dear students, that in order to produce this hydroelectricity, you need a dam. So generally, mountain areas are suitable, from where water will definitely flow with lot of speed and more amount of electricity can be produced. Second thing, you require a perennial river which will keep on supplying water throughout the year. And third important thing is this, that it should be there in such a place where water should not freeze during winter time. Okay, so those are some of the important conditions, that water should not freeze. Second thing, there should be a perennial river, and if it is present in a mountain area, it will be an ideal place in order to produce this electricity. Now, look at this map carefully. Okay. Now, this river is correct. It is Satluj. Okay. This river Satluj is having a dam over here. Name of this place here is Bhakra. Okay, this Bhakra Dam is in Himachal Pradesh, which is a mountain area. And when the water will, now suppose this is this Himachal Pradesh mountain. So when the river will flow down, dear students, it will come to Punjab. Okay, now where is Punjab? So this is a mountain in Himachal Pradesh. When river will flow down, it will come into Punjab. So they have constructed another dam over here. Its name is Nangal. So in this way, Bhakra Dam will produce electricity. Why? Because water will be flowing down from mountain, and the water will come where? In Punjab, in a plain area where water will be obstructed, and it will be later on again used for generating it, of course, electricity, and you can also use this water for irrigation purpose. So in this way, hydroelectricity power plants are so useful because, yes, because it does not cause pollution and water can be reused. The biggest power plant in our country is, I'm talking about hydroelectricity power plant, is this Bhakra Nangal. Okay, where is this Bhakra Nangal, dear student? Just now we saw it is constructed on river Satluj. This Bhakra Dam is in Himachal Pradesh, whereas Nangal is in Punjab. Now this dam, okay, Bhakra is producing 1300 megawatt of electricity, and when the water will flow down to Nangal Dam, Bhakra Dam is producing 1300 Bhakra Dam is producing 1300 megawatt of electricity, and when this water will flow down to Nangal Dam, it will produce 1500 megawatt of electricity. Okay, and this electricity is useful not only to Himachal and this Punjab, dear students, but it is also supplied to Haryana, also to Rajasthan, Delhi, Chandigarh, and in this way they are responsible for industrial development of all these places and also carrying out lot of amount of irrigation in Punjab, in Haryana, as well as in Rajasthan. In this way, dear students, the water which is being used here, in this way, dear students, these dams are playing important role in supplying electricity to Punjab, Haryana and these places, of course, and as well as the water will be utilized for carrying out irrigation in Punjab, Haryana as well as Rajasthan. Okay, so this dam in this way is playing a very important role for development of agriculture and development of industries in these states. Also, when this dam will be constructed, naturally it will be a very important tourist place. Okay, so tourism is also being developed here. So please remember, students, please remember, dear students, that whenever a particular dam is used for carrying out so many developmental projects where we are using water to generate electricity, carrying out irrigation, we can use that water to carry out transport. We are also developing it as tourism. So this dam is able to fulfill many purposes, and such a dam is called as multi-purpose dam. Multi-purpose dam is a dam, dear student, that is constructed in order to achieve many purposes. So in this way, Bhakra Nangal Dam is a multi-purpose dam. Look at this. It's such a beautiful reservoir. Okay. As I said, it's also a very beautiful tourist place. Next important project in our syllabus is Hirakud project. and this is constructed, dear students, on river Mahanadi, which is in Orissa. Actually, initially this river was causing a lot of damage, and therefore it was called as Tears of Orissa. But now, because of construction of this Hirakud project, we are able to produce lot of electricity, also carry out irrigation. We can also use this river, dear students, for navigation. Navigation means water transport, and this dam, dear student, is also used to carry out fishing. So in this way, this dam is also a multi-purpose dam. Actually, there are, along with this Hirakud dam, two more dams are constructed. One is called Naraj and other is called as Tikrapada. So these all three dams together, dear students, are helpful in carrying out development of Orissa, and in this way they are being so useful. Look at this. As I said some time back, this river was called as Tears of Orissa. It used to cause a lot of damage due to floods. But now what are we doing? We are producing electricity using it. How much? 500 megawatt, which is a large amount of electricity. This dam is, dear student, is providing water to almost 7.5 million hectares of land. The water that was causing damage is now utilized for irrigation purpose, as well as for electricity generation, navigation, also for carrying out fishing. So many benefits, and that is why, dear students, it is termed as multi-purpose project. About this dam, please remember, it is the longest dam in the world. Longest. Its length is 4,801 meter. That is why the longest dam in the world. Now, if a question is asked, dear students, that why there are more dams in North India compared to South India, the reason is in North India there are more perennial rivers. Those rivers have water not only during rainy season, but when the snow melts in summer. Most of these North Indian rivers, they originate in Himalaya mountain, and when the snow melts in Himalaya mountain in summertime, again these rivers are flooded. So there is abundant water available throughout the year, and that is why there are more dams in North India compared to South India. Next one is now wind energy. If you look at this year 2020, India had the fourth largest capacity to produce wind energy. That is also a very good sign. So you can notice here, student, that our country is making a lot of effort to develop these renewable non-conventional energy resources. Now, here you will find that the wind now will play important role in making the turbine move, which will produce electricity. Please remember, in order to produce this electricity, generally a place where the wind speed is 15 kilometer per hour. Such places are selected for generating electricity. The place must be windy. The place should have the wind speed of approximately 15 kilometer per hour. Now, coastal areas are generally favorable because you have heard that on coastal areas there is a land breeze and sea breeze continuously flowing. So therefore, coastal areas are favorable. Especially now you know that South India is surrounded by sea on three sides. Therefore, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra's coastal area, Gujarat coastal areas are favorable. Now Rajasthan, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, these places are, even though they are not coastal, but they have selected some open places where wind blows with good speed, in order to produce electricity. Coastal areas, I already told you, are good places. Now, what are the advantages of this wind energy? Very good. You have guessed first point correct. It doesn't cause any pollution. So it is clean and it is sustainable. Sustainable means something which is producing the energy without causing damage to environment. Then it is cost effective. It means initially the cost of making wind turbine is very high, but in a long run the amount that we are investing in order to produce electricity is very easily recovered. Third important thing, because it is using wind, it does not cause any pollution. So these are the major advantages of using wind energy in our country. Next one is called as bioenergy. Now, what exactly is bioenergy? Now, remember, energy that is obtained by decomposition of organic matter like excreta of animal, urine of animal, excreta of human beings also, leftover food stuff. All these, when we are decomposing, we are able to produce gas. This gas is utilized in order to fulfill industrial and domestic requirement, and energy obtained from them, dear student, is called as bioenergy. Okay, what are the sources of this bioenergy, dear students? Yes, you guessed it correct. Some time back I already told you, animal waste, human waste, farm waste, as well as leftover food stuff. Okay, these all are ultimately decomposed and we are able to produce energy from them. We call it by the name bioenergy. Now look at this biogas plant. See, dear students, cow dung, human excreta, farm waste will be put inside this, and then which will be collected in this chamber where it will get decomposed. During this process, the gas which is produced is methane gas, and after it gets completely decomposed, the residue will rise up, which turns into a very good fertilizer. And the gas, dear student, that is produced, that methane gas, can be utilized for, yes, cooking food. Please remember, biogas is actually a mixture. It is a mixture of methane, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor, carbon dioxide. Among them, the most important one is methane gas. Now, Maharashtra in India ranks number 1 in biogas plants, followed by other state Gujarat, Punjab, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. This is actual biogas plant, dear student. As I told you, biogas is a mixture of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and another gas called as natural gas. Nitrogen. Okay, sorry, not natural gas. Another gas called as nitrogen. The places, dear student, where municipal waste that is obtained from the city is used to produce biogas, those places are Jhalkhari in Punjab, Timarpur in Delhi. Mumbai city also uses biomass in order to produce electricity, and of course Port Blair in Andaman Nicobar, they are also using bagasse. Bagasse is nothing but the leftover sugar cane. After we extract sugarcane juice, the leftover material is called as bagasse, and Andaman Nicobar is using this bagasse, dear student, to produce energy. Now we have come to the last one, and among these renewable energy resources, it is called nuclear energy. You people must have heard that atoms of uranium, thorium, they are broken down. That process is called as nuclear fission, which produces energy, one of the largest source of energy in the world. Our country produces 5,800 megawatt of electricity using nuclear energy, but our country had the capacity of 20,000 megawatt of electricity production by 2020. So India is making a lot of effort to produce nuclear energy. That means the energy which will be used to heat water. That water, dear students, which is heated will produce steam. The steam will make the turbine move, which will ultimately produce electricity for us. Our country ranks 14th in the world in the production of nuclear energy. Number one is of course USA. It is followed by China. Okay, our country ranks 14th in the world in the production of nuclear energy. Now, where do we find the elements required for making nuclear energy? So uranium is the most important one, which is found in Rajasthan. Name of the place, dear students, is not mentioned there, but you can remember that Rajasthan is an important state. Jaduguda in Singhbhum district in Jharkhand is another important place. Thorium is found in Kerala, dear students, in a sand called as monazite sand. Then ilmenite, then zincorium. These are other elements which are used to produce this nuclear power, dear student, and they are found in Malabar and Coromandel coast also. And our country right now is having 22 nuclear power plants. That means the place where nuclear energy is produced. Now, what are the advantages? The first one, dear student, it is highly reliable and sustainable. That means except for the byproduct, okay, which are dangerous, otherwise this energy is sustainable. Even though it is very expensive to build, dear students, but in a long run it is utilized to produce large amount of electricity with cheap rate. Please remember, if I take 27 lakh kilogram of coal and burn and produce electricity, I can produce the same electricity by using just 1 kilogram of uranium. So it is so high source of energy. Another important thing, because it is so high source, we say it is efficient, very efficient in production of electricity for us. This is that element called uranium, okay, which is not only used to make nuclear weapons, but we use the same element, dear student, to make what? Electricity for our country. Please remember, dear students, that in our country, India, we are having total 22 nuclear power reactors which are distributed in 7 different cities. Okay. Now, in Maharashtra, name of the place where this nuclear energy is produced is Tarapur. In Tamil Nadu, we have Kalpakkam and this Kundakulam. From Rajasthan, Rawatbhatta. From Uttar Pradesh, a place called Narora. From Gujarat, dear students, a place called Kakrapada. And from Karnataka, a place called Kaiga. These are the cities from various states, dear student, where nuclear power plant are present and nuclear energy is produced. Finally, energy policy of India. That means what is India's thoughts about production of energy. Dear students, our country ensures, that means our country wants to make sure that everyone gets enough amount of adequate amount of energy. Point number 2 says that our country aims to achieve self-sufficiency, which means our country does not want to depend on any other country to obtain the energy. So country is making a lot of effort to produce energy for ourselves. And third important thing, dear students, that our country also believes that while we are producing energy, we have to make sure that we do not cause any damage to our environment. So these are three very important energy policies of our country, India. Okay, so finally, thank you very much. Okay, may God bless you abundantly.